Do you want something different than the typical steak, lobster, chocolate dipped strawberries for Valentine's Day? How about a stuffed pork chop for your sweetie? That's what we're gonna do today. Panko breaded stuffed pork chop in the air fryer. Are you ready? I am ready. Thank you so much for joining me here at Annie's Smoking Pot. I, of course, am Annie. This is my tiny kitchen, but big flavors come out of this tiny kitchen. And today we're bringing you a big flavor. This recipe might just do it for you. We are going to start by getting our stuffing together for those pork chops. Got some cream cheese. To that cream cheese, we are going to add some spinach. Now, you can use fresh spinach if you like. I opted to go with frozen spinach this time just because. Don't ask me why. Sometimes I don't know why I choose something. It just at the time, it's like, that sounds good. That'll work. We're also adding some sun-dried tomatoes. These are just sun-dried tomatoes that were packed in olive oil. These are already julienne, so I am just giving them a light little chop, a little light dice, I guess, just to make it a little easier to blend into the cream cheese. And now we blend. In there it goes. Bada bing, bada boom. And you just want to stir it so that everything is mixed up really well. And the way this recipe works, if you don't like sun-dried tomatoes, because I know not everybody does, sun-dried tomatoes have a very strong flavor, don't use them. Use fresh tomatoes if you want, or use pimentos would be really good in this. You don't have to use the ingredients that I give you. I basically give you a base and you can build from there. But now the pork chops, here's the fun part. I have got these, they are, I think they're like a 1-inch thick pork chop. Well, if you look at this side, it looks like a 2-inch pork chop. If you look at this side, it looks like a 1-inch pork chop. But this is what you want. You want just a boneless pork chop because we're going to make a pocket with a little, we're going to call it a fillet knife. That's what we're going to use because it works really well. Be careful of your hands, and you're just going to make a pocket for that stuffing. Make sure you don't go all the way through, otherwise your filling's just going to fall right up. Little pockets just like that. And the last one. Take your time. Those are looking good. Make that one a little bit deeper. 2 different ways you can do this. Now, you can season the flour because we are going to be breading these. So you could season the flour if you want. I am opting to season the meat instead, just to get more of that flavor to the meat. So, and it's just very simple. Little salt, little pepper, and smoky paprika, of course. We want to just liberally dust it all over. Try to keep one hand clean so you don't cross-contaminate in your salt and pepper shaker. And the paprika. And smoky paprika. You can use regular paprika if you like. I just like the smoky flavor that these pork chops are going to end up getting from this. Along with those sun-dried tomatoes, it's going to be a great flavor profile. Both sides. Let's get to stuffing. We're just gonna put a nice generous amount inside of each pork chop. And I did make up more stuffing than I need, which is quite typical for me. But you know what? It doesn't go to waste. I don't know if you caught the episode yet, but I did a ketchupori a couple of weeks ago. OMG. Check it out. It was hands down the most fantastic cheesy goodness I think I have ever had. This right here, I'm going to make up another one and put this on there. It will be fantastic. All right, I think those look great. Moving on. Must get my breading station ready. 3 steps to breading all the time. You got your flour, you got your eggs, which we're going to lightly beat up. You want to make sure and get rid of all the stringy parts. I find using a fork to be much easier to do this than a whisk. And then this, now, I did not prepare very well, and I did not have enough panko to do all 3 of these. So this is a blend of panko and breadcrumbs, because you know what? Why not? Use what you have. This is the order. You go flour, egg, breadcrumbs, dry hand, wet hand, and in we go. You want to make sure and coat it really well on all sides. From your flour, you go to your egg, and this is where you get your dry hand and your wet hand. And it doesn't matter that you're getting this on your stuffing in there. It's okay. It all goes to the same stomach. And then into the breadcrumbs. We're going to do that with all 3 of them. You want to make sure and get it really coated well. Let's go ahead and get our air fryer preheating, 370. This is going to go about 20 minutes, but as always, right here, tell you exactly how long it took. If you want to shallow fry them, skip this next step because you're going to shallow fry them in oil. Because we're using the air fryer, you need to spray them. And this is just a standard canola oil spray. I'm going to spray my tray. And then I'm gonna spray each of these and put the spray side down. So like this. Let me lay them out so I can show you what I'm talking about. We're gonna spray this top part and we're gonna lay them spray side down, because halfway through the cook time, we are gonna get in there and we're gonna flip them over. And then we're gonna spray the top. This is what helps them brown in an air fryer. You can use any spray that you like. I also have an olive oil mister, but olive oil, don't get me wrong, would be great, but I just opted to go with a standard canola oil this go around because I really like sun-dried tomatoes. And yes, if you use olive oil, you will taste that. Pork chops are safe at 145. So we're still gonna cook them about 20 minutes to an internal temp of 145, because then they are gonna rest for about 5 minutes or so before we cut into them. So they'll continue to cook a little bit more. Oh, we're ready to go. Let's get them going. And they're cooking. 20 minutes. That's all it took for perfection. And I did probe them, and they are all between 145 and 148. And a little parsley to make it pretty. There we have it. 20 minutes to a delicious stuffed pork chop. This is just stone ground mustard and hot honey, because you know what? I like pork chops ran through some mustard. If you don't like it, don't do it. It's okay. But it's time to cut into it. Take a bite. Look at that. That is cooked to perfection. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it does not get any better than that. Oh, I'm trying to bite. I don't even know where to take a bite from because it all looks so good. Wow, you could cut that with a butter knife. A butter knife, I tell you, a butter knife. And then we're gonna dip it. Oh, wow. I really hope you like sun-dried tomatoes, because they add a flavor to that I don't think you can get anywhere else. But the spinach, the cream cheese, the smoky paprika, it's all fantastic. If you've got some ideas for some great side dishes to go with this, normally it would be like potatoes, green beans, something like that. Let me know what you would serve as a side dish for that. And as always, the description below, which is right next to that like and that subscribe button, you'll find the full recipe. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye. Oh my God, dude. Let me feed you a bite.